Imagine you're lying down. Your friends and your family, they're all around you. But something's different. You're not lying on the couch. You're not lying on the floor. You're not even lying in your bed. You're lying in a casket. As the old saying goes, you kicked the bucket. Now the last thing I know you want your family to worry about while they're surrounding your casket is how in the world am I going to pay for this funeral? It doesn't have to be that way. You know, this is just a small example of how providing your family with the protection of life insurance is so important. Recently, I spoke with someone from Allen & Allen Funeral Home, which is located in Thomasville, Georgia. And the information I received was amazing, eye-opening. Do you realize today that funeral costs are anywhere between $6,000 to $10,000? Of the 260 plus funerals that Allen & Allen performed last year, less than 50% of those individuals had any life insurance. Less than 50%. Now, I asked, was there any other options? There weren't many. If you don't have any life insurance coverage, they want you to pay up front in full. And on rare occasions, and I stress rare occasions, because they've stressed it to me, they may set up a payment plan. And if they do, a substantial down payment is required, which in itself is going to be thousands of dollars. Now, as I researched this subject, I found that the Life Insurance and Market Researchers' yearly Trends in Life Insurance Ownership study has put life insurance ownership at a 50% low. That's a scary statistic. Now, I'm sure some of you are sitting here right now and thinking, you know what, I'm just going to save my money, or I'm going to let the government take care of it. One of those. And those are options you do have. But, you know, if you're like me, which a lot of people are, every time I get money or saved up, something's going to come up. You know, every time I get $1 in my pocket, I got to pay out too. That's just the way life is. We all have speed bumps in the road of life. But let's look at it a different way. Let's say I did save my money. I have it sitting in my savings account and everything's going good. But as I get older, my health starts to deteriorate. And maybe I have to go into a care facility. Well, those places are very expensive, very expensive. What's going to happen? All the money that I've saved up during those years are going to go towards taking care of me and paying for my care. And it's going to go quick. Now, there is another option that we can look at. The government, the U.S. Social Security Administration. But guess what? They only pay $255 towards your death benefit. That's it. Let me say that again. The Social Security Administration only pays $255 towards your death benefit. Nowhere near enough to take care of your funeral and final expenses. Nowhere near. Now we have another option that we can look at. We can leave it on our family. Now, I don't know about you, but that's just something I don't want to do. Most of the time people are living out there week to week, check to check, just getting by. They don't have the extra money to pay a $10,000 bill. And if that's put on them, it's going to devastate their finances. Devastate. So what's the answer? It's simple. Buying life insurance today is as easy as purchasing a gallon of milk at your local store. In some cases, it could be argued that's actually easier. Today, you can purchase life insurance online, over the phone, through the mail, or face-to-face. Now, what I recommend is you find you a good, trustworthy local agent that you can go and sit down with and explain exactly what you're looking for. Make sure you're honest with this person. Make sure you lay out a plan that's going to protect your family. Be honest with these people because they're going to be there for your family when you no longer can. Now, from personal experience, I can tell you, I've lost my mother and my father. Now, at the time of their deaths, one of them had life insurance, and the other one did not. Now, in 2004, when my father passed away, he had no life insurance coverage at all. Now, that brought a big burden on my brothers and myself at that time. And as soon as the funeral was over, I was sure to purchase some coverage for my mother. Did not want that to happen again. Now, when 2010 came around, my mother passed away. She had the coverage, the protection, and it took the worrying out of it. We didn't have to worry how we were going to take care of the funeral and final expenses. All we had to do was mourn the loss of our mother, which made it a total different experience. A better experience, if you can even say that about a funeral. Now, the bottom line is this. We're all going to die one day. Let me say that again. We're all going to die one day. None of us know the day we're going to die. None of us. But we do know this, it's going to happen. And when that day comes, your family's going to go up to that funeral home. They're going to open those funeral home doors and they're going to step inside that lobby. There's going to be a man there waiting to greet them. That man's the funeral director. And he's going to say two things. He's going to tell the family, he's going to say, I'm sorry for your loss. The next thing he's going to say is actually going to be a question. He's going to ask, was there any coverage in place to take care of these expenses? Now I want you to ask yourself, look deep inside. If your family had to answer that question this evening, what would the answer be? What would the answer be to that question? If the answer is no, I challenge yourself. I challenge you tonight to do everything you have to do to turn that no